Lakeisha Evans, and the story I'm going to tell you guys today is actually very recent for me. And it's crazy how Fresh Start actually is, again, moving into that. So for the past 90 days, my life has been pretty challenging, to say the least. For the people that knows what's going on in my life and that's really close to me, they keep asking me, how are you? How are you doing? You're just taking everything so well. And I'm always kind of hesitant to tell them, I'm doing good, actually. Because once you hear the event, you're going to be like, well, how is she doing good? So then I have to go into how and why I'm doing good. And I've been asked that so much, I've actually came up with 4 of the main things that I've been using to help me get through these challenging times. So my husband has had a CDL for about a year now, and he's been having a challenge with finding a legitimate trucking company to work for. And then he recently got into a car accident. He's okay, he's fine with the car, not so much. And then exactly a week from there, my father had a completely unexpected open heart surgery. The procedure also went well, he's recovering fine. However, the day that he was actually discharged from the hospital, I had to find out that he was moving in with me. And on top of that, at least minutes apart, my husband was diagnosed with MS. And if you're not familiar with that, is multiple sclerosis. And going through all of that, I have also been trying to financially support my mother, who is currently in jail, who has various chronic illnesses that she's not able to eat the food that's provided because it increases her symptoms. So through all of that, again, everyone keeps asking me, how are you doing it? What's going on? Number one thing is self-awareness. About a little bit over a year ago, I made the commitment to establish and create healthy habits to help me in times like this, to help manage my mental health. And Fresh Start was the first start for me there. I attended the wellness retreat, the women's retreat. I got different tools and resources all throughout Fresh Start. And I've been practicing self-awareness where I'll be lying if I said I wasn't anxious, I didn't have any anger, I didn't cry. All of those emotions are still there. I'm not just a smiling face walking, you know, it still happens, the feelings are still there. However, I allow them to come, I resonate with them, I feel what I'm gonna feel, and then I move on. Because just like those bad feelings come, those good feelings come along right with it. And so I also started removing expectations out of my life. Like I said, the things that's happened in my life, I'm sure they're not far from what you may have experienced. So we always go through those thoughts, this is supposed to be happening to me. Why is this happening to me? My life this and my life that. Those are those expectations that we've created for ourselves when life has showed us constantly nothing goes as planned at all. So removing those expectations and accepting my reality for what it is. And accepting that these are the things that come with life and I'm gonna figure out a way around them. So something that I've started is called 30 minutes of self-care every morning. And that's where I do 10 minutes of yoga, 10 minutes of journaling, and 10 minutes reading a book. So I made sure that before all of these things took place, I was already doing those things. I was already preparing myself, suiting up for war, you could say, to get through these times. And that gave me the opportunity to, when things got hard, even when I was staying the night at the hospital, having to get up early in the morning to get my daughter ready for school, I was still doing my 30 minutes of self-care. So I was actually using the tools and those healthy habits in the moments that I needed them the most. I was able to journal and see my expectations out in front of me and tell myself, this is unrealistic. This is not what I had planned, but you're not on your plan. You're a part of a way bigger plan. And so once I was able to become aware and accept my reality for what it was, I was finally able to start counting my blessings and all of the, you could say, tragedy that has been taking place in my life. And there's been so many blessings, starting with I was able to mend a relationship with my aunt. My husband started mending a relationship with his father. I was actually placed in a position to have a discussion with my father about mending a relationship with him. I have an amazing mother-in-law that has stepped up, and I'm crying because it's tears of joy, honestly, and blessing and gratitude, that has stepped up to the place of getting my daughter to and from school, and in so many other ways you couldn't imagine. And so going through all of that, that's why I'm doing good. That's why I'm okay. That's why I'm gonna make it through. And I want to end this with a quote that I heard it and it really stuck with me. And it is from Bruce Lee, and it says, "Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, and it becomes the bottle. You put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend." Thank you.